think a lot of athletes have that idea that I need to be the hardest worker in the room, or else I'll never be a Michael Jordan. Is that a myth?
So you've heard things like you're either getting better or you're getting worse, or while you're sleeping, the enemy is working. But if you actually look at the best athletes in the world, they're all resting and recovering at an
Mm.
incredible rate, right? There's been articles written about LeBron spending more than $1 million a year on his recovery routine. There's a ton written about Kobe and his, famous 4 a.m. workout sessions, but less written or said about his naps in between. And so the best athletes really are using recovery to facilitate their excellence.
So what's the importance of connection?
Relationships are one of the biggest predictors of resilience that we have. So
Yeah.
the relationship between an athlete and a coach, for example, the relationship between players in a team sport is really critical for high performance. But the importance of those relationships cannot be overstated.
The idea of relational tends to, it feels at odds with the need for dominance. You want to dominate the competition.
I think, probably the best example I've seen of this in recent times is Steph Curry, as the Kevin Durant trade rumors circled about him maybe going back to Golden State. And Steph sort of basically saying when Kevin Durant came, like, okay, man, this is your team now, which is pretty uncommon. In a lot of pro sports locker rooms, the player who's most established simply tries to reestablish dominance over any new player that comes in. And so for someone to sort of step aside and recognize it'll be best for the group and best for the team, I think is quite uncommon, but speaks to this really high level of relational intelligence and the way that he's thinking about building a team.